hope you're doing well. If you have been with the channel for a while, then you know that sometimes I like to travel outside of my room. I like to make videos outside because number one, the lighting is killer. You cannot get any better than this natural light. You just can't. Secondly, I usually get out here when people are inside doing stuff and it's a little bit too loud to film. So with that said, make sure that you're getting outside because the weather is gorgeous right now. Now, I don't know where you live, it may be raining, but either way, get outside. Fresh air is good for you. Now, today I just want to talk briefly about male and female bettas. More specifically, can you keep them both together? Because a lot of people are very conflicted on this subject. Recently, I was talking to a friend and she had been talking to someone else who had just spur of the moment decided that they wanted to get a betta fish, which is great. I feel like for a lot of people, that's how they got into the hobby. That's how I got into the hobby. A lot of people don't realize that you do need to do some research before you get one. That's all right, and everybody has to start somewhere. However, when she was trying to teach her friend on some better ways to keep her fish, she decided to go get another one, a female, and put her in the same small bowl that she had the male in. And unfortunately, even though my friend tried to tell her that this really wasn't a good idea and tried to inform her on some different ways, keep them from being stressed out or get sick or harm each other, unfortunately that friend did not listen and they ended up being very, very stressed, and I'm not exactly sure if they made it. To answer the question, no, you really should not keep a male or female betta together. Even if your tank is bigger, like a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon, it's still not a good idea. Any betta fish expert will tell you this, especially those who breed bettas. When they put the male and female together, it's only for a very short period of time and then they will separate them, while the male then takes care of the eggs and the bubble nest and he keeps all that going. They never leave the female in there. This is because even if they're in a slightly larger tank, it's still a confined space when you look at their natural habitat, which is miles wide. Even if it's a shallow body of water, it's still miles wide and they can easily separate themselves if they desire. In tanks and aquariums, in people's homes, bettas really cannot separate themselves as they would in the wild, so they end up clashing and they end up fighting, and one will likely harm the other. They could both harm each other, and then they could either get sick or die, or get so stressed at each other's presence to the point of getting sick and dying. So it's just not a good idea to keep a male and female betta together. I know that a lot of people, when they're first starting, it is such an appealing idea. You know, you have this awesome dynamic because the males are so big and beautiful, but the females are still just as bright and they're smaller and they're fun to watch. Unfortunately, you just can't keep them together. If you are keeping a betta in a tank, no matter what size, they always do the best when they are on their own. Now, you can add tank mates, but that tank mate just shouldn't be another betta. It could be some snails, you could add some shrimp if you want to liven up the tank. If you have a 10-gallon tank, you could add a couple Harlequin rasboras, you could add a few tetras. There are many ways that you can spice up a tank or make it brighter without posing a great risk to your fin friend. Alright friend, that's really it. If you want to keep a male and female betta, by all means do it, but make sure that they are in separate tanks so that they don't hurt each other and that you will have happy and healthy bettas for a long, long time. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless, and I will see you soon.